Wellness check. Wellness check.
Going on, guys?
Yo,
yeah, I couldn't hang on, man. I had to dump that. There's not much excitement going on right now. We'll see what happens in a couple of minutes.
market opening in 1 minute.
Yeah, not seeing too much happening right now. But, you know, up a modest 190 bucks for the morning so far. We'll see what kind of moves we can get. Glad I closed that out. That one right there, that candle would have just took out my stop loss. I was up 200 on that trade and it started going against me. I closed it out with about a $90 profit. I'm thinking we'll see a little pullback today in the market.
Damn, I was a hair away from getting filled, yo. Damn.
Come on, dumpy, dumpy. Just missed my take profit on this trade. I'm trying to need it to push back down again a little bit.
Hello?
Yo.
No. Sergio, we do not like those days. We don't we need liquidity grab, sir.
What was that now?
We needed the pullback. I don't know what you're talking about. Straight up.
Oh, I mean like when the news hit. You know when I have my order right there?
Oh, there was no flippy. There was no flippy floppy.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
now we're going straight up.
Yeah, bro. I ended on the sell because I thought we were gonna well technically we did fill this gap, but I thought we was gonna drop a little bit lower. Bro, I was just a hair away from getting filled at take profit, and then it just reversed.
Nah, we finna rip. We got a bunch of. Well, so I'll send you the screenshot real quick.
Yeah.
From this is from earlier. This is when the trade happened. No, that's from when the trade happened, right?
Repeat yourself.
We have so many gaps. We have so much gaps to fill. Like we have this daily gap at 21117. We opened up at like 21205. Bro, we get above 21484. We're heading back to highs.
Yeah, we're headed there for sure. That's a fact.
For sure. But I feel like we're gonna have some wishy-washy area here. If you look at a daily chart. We kept wicking in like January, December, February. This was like a wick bottom area.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, this whole area where we're sitting at right now.
So you're gonna see that I see that as support, right? We kept bouncing at the same little area, support. We broke it. Now we're back into it. It could act as resistance.
Well, on the daily, we had a retest for the daily.
Yeah, we're testing it. We're testing it. Well, we're in it right now. I draw my.
Yeah, but this retest right here on the daily. No,
yeah.
hold on, I'm tripping.
Well, that's a daily order block.
Hold on.
Oh, I see. You have a bunch of lines there already.
Yeah, it's covering all this shit. Hold on.
No, I see what you're talking
right
about.
Here. This right here, the today's daily low. That was a retest on that support. Oh yeah,
I see it from March.
Yeah, and not just that. We just retested some of this junk right here.
Yeah, that's why I said we might. I don't know. I mean, we definitely got some imbalance to fill.
Yeah, we're gonna.
I mean, we definitely pushed to 21,118. That's where your imbalance starts on the daily. You see how we closed green on that previous candle on the 25th? I'm sorry, the 28th? February. Down. The candle, February 28th on the daily. Right, that single green candle that's in that big drop.
This right here?
No, over Down, 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 down. That one green candle by itself. That one.
Oh, right here.
You see how we closed up? And
Yeah.
then that next daily candle starts high and then drops.
Yeah.
That's our gap.
Oh, bet. Man, I ain't gonna lie, yo. We gotta start working on them algos. That way, on days like this, we just turn that shit on, and it takes like little $30 scalps, $40 scalps. You feel me?
I think it'd be nice to have that
my,
like on a small account.
my algo is not hasn't executed nothing.
Just take like little scalps. You feel me? It'll have to get $100. Just $20. Boom, little pinches. On good confirmations, like little even crosses on the EMAs, like on smaller time frames. Like we could do like a little divergence between like 1 minute and 5 minute and little crosses in there, something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's see what we do here. See if we're gonna inverse this news. I mean, not inverse it. What's it called? Liquidate. Order fill.
Is that boy Lou in the building?
That boy.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Hey, what's the word?
The bird is the
let's
word.
get it, yo, bro. I got on that sell, and bro, I was a few hairs from taking first profit. It just reversed.
Damn.
Yeah.
113.
Yeah, I missed my take profit on that little short. I had to close out at a loss.
We just pushing, yo.
Yeah, we
But
could push
Big
136.
bust.
this is a nice little push right here. Sniper scalps, 70 here, 70 there. Let's go.
That's good.
We got
Oh, that's good.
133 to get to fill that.
Just order block holes. Does not look like it. Well, we might. Sorry, take that. horrible film. Got out of that quickly. Yeah, we're moving right now. You see these candles?
Yeah, man, log me in. Oh, Ricky.
No, I could have helped that. No. No, it's gonna leave me.
Oh no, Ricky.
Oh no, Ricky.
Wiki.
Oh no. No, they said we're not done. So we're not done, sir. Oh, we're in a battle right now.
Come on. No.
We're in a battle right now.
Oh Lord. China.
Mm.
Come on. Keep going. Come on. I got smoked. That was a weird gap, and I didn't even touch the one.
Man, I went ahead and closed it.
Mm-hmm. This guy here doesn't know what he wants to do. See who's going to win this fight, the buyers or the sellers.
One thing for sure, they're chopping.
Mm-hmm. We're sitting on an order block right now on the 1 minute, but we're rejecting this 1 minute fair value gap we just had. I think we dropped. We do. I really don't know, to be honest, boys. We're expecting this 50% of this order block right now. So we're getting disrespected.
Looks like, man, 5 minute about to close. We'll see what the 5 minute do.
We have not yet closed above that previous 5 minutes, so could be a fair sign.
Got a little evening star.
Little head and shoulders action. We got a retarded shoulder, but if we can get some manipulation down here into this little volume imbalance.
That boy Lou.
Finally decided to show up today.
Morning.
Morning.
Auntie.
How y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, good, good. Hanging in there.
Let's get it. CPI.
I have it. No.
Yeah, ooh.
Oh,
I haven't even
No, we had it. We had the move.
Right.
we sure did. They shut me out.
Oh, shook us out. We got shaky.
If you scared, go to church.
Oh, hallelujah.
Man, I got a lot of y'all. I'm like, man, they play too much for this. I don't want them to take me
Order
out.
submitted.
Yeah, take us out. Now this is where we go to one. We go to 136, 134. No, not quite yet. That hurt my soul.
That was a nice move right there too. Shoot.
That hurt my soul.
I ain't lie, me too. Hey, something is better than nothing.
Yeah. I was in 4 contracts. What the hell that wick just print from? What's that?
Overbought on the 5-minute. Let's see what's going on. There was a resistance around like 58.74 on MES that it broke through, so try to see if that holds us support when it pulls back here, because it's overbought territory right now.
Crazy thing. Oh. Hold on. We're close to hitting resistance as well. Let me see.
The MES, you got the top of that CPI candle as the day's high at 58.95. So yeah, the day's high and that 5,900 psychological support level are right around the same area. Resistance.
Order submitted. Order filled.
I trade better when I'm like over on with you guys, like talking about what I'm seeing.
Yeah, we're pushing. All right, I'm gonna take my monies.
Oh, nice. Was you in that buy?
Yeah, I took that fair value cap on the 1 minute
Let's go.
entries. I took entries at 091 and I just cleared it at 115.
Oh, bet. Let's go. Oh, that was a nice push up, bro. Shit.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
go. That's the day right there. Hey.
685. I'm done. All right, I'm done.
We can go get a coffee. Get another coffee. I think this is gonna
Yeah,
pull back a little bit.
Yeah, we're sitting in a 15-minute fair value gap right now. We're over the 50%. And then we got a order. I got a 15-minute order block on 135. You know, we're gonna pull back down and chop around, and before going to 135, we're just gonna shoot the 135.
I feel like this is gonna be one of those days where the AM shows one thing and the PM shows another.
Order submitted.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're talking about.
I'm in this WhatsApp group. They're trying to promote some kind of new algo trading system. That's bullshit in my opinion. But they had this lottery. Yeah, I mean, the reason like Galileo FX is a proven system, right? And this thing, they're when they launch it, they're gonna have it priced like somewhere like around pricing for Bloomberg terminal, right? like get the hell out of here. Are you talking thousands of dollars a month for no way. You could buy Galileo FX with no cap on profits for $2,000. All right. And then
the new Lambo Raul sold a bot for like 1,500 starting. My boy bought it, never used it, couldn't get it to work.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them you have to customize. They'll have pre-programmed strategies, but you still have to adjust risk parameters and everything like that. When I was playing around with back testing on my strategy in Ninja, like those parameters make a huge difference, right? Like what time frame chart you're running it on, and like and take profit and stop loss levels, right? Just because I tighten up the stop doesn't make it more profitable, right? Like, or just because I widen the take profit doesn't make it more profitable. A lot of times it's less profitable, right? You have to play around with those things and figure out exactly the right parameters. Like this thing was really profitable on a 15-minute chart, but on the 5-minute it was less profitable, and on the 1 minute it lost money, and it lost money on the next time frame up. So it's like you have to get all the parameters set. But what I was saying about that group though, they had some, when you go on Temu, they got those like, spin the wheel, all that spam crap.
It never stops.
Yeah, so
everybody's a winner.
Right, so you check in this group, and they give you these points to put in for the lottery. And I won like three spins on this wheel.
Good shit.
And $75 US coin and 25 of some shit coin that they're about to launch.
Oh,
right?
no.
So,
Big
but I was like, I was like, oh, this is a scam. But my U.S. dollar coin, 75 U.S. dollar coin, hit my account. I was like, oh, maybe it's not a scam.
No, 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 no. Don't ever interact with anything that you get sent. A lot of those coins are programmed to. If you interact with those coins, they could drain your wallet.
Yeah.
Don't ever interact with anything that anybody sends you. And
There's
crypto.
nothing in my wallet, dude. It's in my bank account now.
I'm just saying, fam. That way, bro, that can compromise that wallet. Don't. If I were you, I wouldn't even touch that wallet anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I did research on the shit. They have there's like a 50-page white paper on this shit coin that they're launching, which is crazy because it's like I think Bitcoin's white paper is like 19 pages. Right? It all looks a little bit sketchy, but I mean, at this point, it's some lady offered to pay me $3 the token for those shit coins, which puts the coin at like a $600 million valuation. I'm like, yeah, sure, that's insane valuation for that coin.
Man, be careful out there, fam.
There's your 135. If anybody was long, that's your 135. That's your 15-minute order block. The 159 would be 50% of that.
We're fixing to hit resistance.
Yeah, I'm just watching your MNQ. It looks almost identical to the MES chart.
That's good. That's what you want.
I stepped away for a minute to come outside and get some air. I was sitting at like 80 something on my 9 RSI and going up against that psychological resistance level and daily high around 5,900 on MES.
I won't be honest with you. I barely use RSI anymore, unless I see some kind of divergence. It's good to kind of follow out. It's kind of like I use it if we're starting to get oversold. I see it. I kind of see that we're about to get. We may get one more bullish because it's a strength indicator.
I use it as a momentum indicator when mostly as a momentum indicator when for confirmation of the trend.
I like it for confirmations on the 4 hour. When for reversals.
I made a mistake early on thinking that we're way overbought. Let me go ahead and enter a sell. And then it hung out overbought like almost the entire day. I was like,
yep, it does that. It's just a strength indicator. If it's, I don't see it as bought. I see if we're up there, we're strong. That's kind of how I've interpreted RSI. If I see some divergence in it where we're still pushing, but we're getting lower RSI, that's where I kind of like start taking profits and kind of.
Yeah. I mean, in the end of the day, it's only price action that really matters, right? Every other indicator in existence is a lagging indicator. There are no real-time indicators except the price action.
Order filled.
Volume is a close second.
Yeah. But I have my EMA. I use a 9 EMA, so I have my RSI set at a 9 too, so it more directly corresponds with the EMA. Been learning a little more about those Bollinger Bands lately, though. Back when X was Twitter, I had a couple conversations with John Bollinger on there. Which I thought was pretty cool because he was kind of a legend.
That's the dude that created that?
Yeah.
Then we fixing to hit this resistance, y'all. See what?
All right, let's take another look here and see if we got a little pullback yet. Yeah, so we're up here pushing against that daily high on MES. Looking at a little pullback. I don't have a lot of confidence in the daily direction of this trend yet.
Up, 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 up.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's crazy because you saw that huge spike on the CPI candle, and then it pulled back. It was pretty much in line with expectations, man. Like, it came in slightly below expectations, 0.2, expected at 0.3. You know, weakening the strength of this trend. This candle is flickering tiny. I'm going to lower my position size down to 1 micro and scale in for a short right here. A couple of points.
I think Nasdaq's listening to Daddy today.
Oh yeah.
Come on, 160s, 159. Let's go. There's your 50% if y'all still on the trades. You are 1 hour fair value gap is 21,194. Top of this 15-minute order block is 185.
That was 4-hour resistance. We just broke through that like nothing.
Like butter. Oh yeah, we're going to this 1 hour fair value gap at 196. Oh, no, 4 hours. 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour. Dun, 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 dun. So you got a 1 hour fair value gap at 194. You got a nice little order block at 210.
Order filled.
We're pushing. Yeah, we're going back to like 472, dog. 100%. Maybe not today.
Order filled.
Bro, this is crazy, bro. We just
196. Come on, give it to daddy. Yo, it smacked every single level. I could have held it straight. I could have had a big day and still been under 20%. I'm at 12% on my daily consistency.
Babe.
How's everybody doing for today?
Slightly up, nothing to brag about. Green is green though, right?
That boy Martin, you in the building?
Oh, for 21,200. Go there.
What you said, Auntie?
I'm looking at 21,200, like that solid dollar, thinking maybe it'll get all the way up there.
Oh, you're looking for a short?
A long, yeah, I'm running long right now, looking for it to go to 21,200.
Oh, let's go. Let's go. You in profit right now, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
I feel like I chased price. I feel like I shouldn't have got in what I got in at, but
break even for worst case scenario. Man, I should have put my thing to break even earlier. I took an L. I was a hair away from hitting my for locking me in and it reversed. It was too quick. I need to work on that. Make a note. Cowboy Lou.
I closed out my short. I took a little. I lowered my position down to 1 and scaled into a short around that 5,900. But I think we're gonna break through that.
Looks like we're heading to close that gap, the one that Mike planned earlier.
We got a new daily high here, anyways.
Marked it right here.
Target filled.
214. That's where it's sitting at.
What's 214?
Yeah, this shit's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I just sat back down.
that
God
little
damn. Hey, what's up, Auntie?
how are you?
I'm chilling. I'm just chilling. Just trying to figure all this shit out. What's up with you?
Thing.
It's been a good day.
Jesus, this shit is crazy. Oh my God.
So dramatic.
Marcus said, what you mean dramatic? Look at this. This is straight vertical.
No,
No pullbacks, no nothing. And
Facts.
still making new highs.
Oh.
This shit gorgeous.
No sort of pullback.
No pullback. I had one potential entry that I could have had right at the close or right at the open. The market kind of dipped down, and then they just on the wick up. I had a potential entry, and I didn't take it because I had to step away from the computer. But so far, I've had no other entries. I would have been still trailing right now.
I entered in a bad entry too.
We gotta stop that. We gotta stop that.
I know.
Even if it's a winner, we gotta stop that for real.
Yeah, because it came back down to where it was supposed to come down, and I would have been at goal right now if I would have just followed my plan.
We just smoked right through that.
I heard you call out the 200 level, and it came right to your spot. That would have been fire. Wait, you didn't hold till your level you called?
No, I came out.
Damn.
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 Damn, we're just smoking it up.
See that?
Damn.
Thing is ripping up.
Yo. Hey,
Oh man, it's like
God
oh,
damn.
Mike, we got the level.
Somebody said, "Give me that."
Hey, that's the level
Jeez.
that Mike called out.
God damn.
That's what? What'd you say, sir?
That's the level that Mike called out. Good shit, Mike.
Shit, Mike.
Mm-hmm. That's tight. That 215 to yeah.
So he called out 215. I was just going for 200.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool too. Shoot.
But damn, look, this 1 minute fair value got. If I would have got in right there, yo, I would have like literally. It's probably a plan, B.
Why you ain't get in?
Because I was already in the trade. I should have got out and got back in with a better entry.
Okay. Yeah, that would have been fire.
That would have been fire.
Mm.
Literally, I should have got in. Literally, I should have gotten in like that. Let me see. Should have got in like 157, 150.
Damn.
Okay.
Sheesh. This market is different. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, this was the day I should have took big advantage. Yeah, I took small advantage. That's fine. Just another base hit day.
Thing is still trying to rip up some more.
Yeah, we got a good amount of news this week as well. Yeah. Big news.
Make it so it's the technical problem. More than it, I'm some of them.
Yeah, this market said.
Oh, let's go. Look at that. Oh,
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this ain't the day to be trying to go against the trend. Yo, I know. Hey, I know Apex got a big sale coming up. They got, cause you know motherfuckers was thinking short. Yep. Even though all everything news driven says be long now. Ain't no more shorts.
You don't want to trade against the trend today.
Yeah,
this thing is just ripping. I just took a $300 trade just now. 6 micros.
Was it discipline? Was it part of the plan? That's always the.
Yes, sir.
That's always the main thing. Let's get it.
Cause I'm taking sniper scalps for right now, right? Taking like looking at this trend, hit them for a few points, wait for the candle to pull back for another entry. I can't get that algo. That algo hasn't executed a single trade since I enabled it.
You said it hasn't what?
It hasn't executed a single trade in the sim account. I don't know if it's a problem with the code or what.
Did it do it on playback? I thought you.
Yeah, on back testing, I got it fine tuned on back testing, and it said on average 7 or 8 trades a day, but since I had it enabled in the sim account, it hasn't executed a trade yet.
If you enable in the sim account, go to. Do you have like a profit and target limit set on it or not?
Yeah.
because a lot of times what happens is you have to add day breaks in there. Like if you just like a lot of times,
Well,
if you just
I have it set
enable
up
an
so
algo,
that
huh?
I have it set up to not trade 30 minutes before the open, lunch, or 30 minutes before the close,
Right. No, but I'm saying
and
with
to
the
force
algos though,
close everything.
you have to have it you have to set it up so that it refreshes every day. Because what will happen is if you turn an algo on and you have an X number of days loaded, if you don't have it so that it recognizes day breaks, if you scroll back to the first day that's loaded on your chart, it'll show executions on that day. And if it's already reached its target goal or loss, it won't take any more trades for the other sessions that you have loaded on that data series.
Oh, yeah, but there's no change in the balance of the account.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is, when you enable a strategy, right? Like the way the code works, it literally does exactly what you say, and it won't do anything that you don't tell it to do. So in your code, if you have not told it to refresh every day, all it'll do is when you go to click enabled, right? It'll show executions from the first day that's loaded on your chart. So if you have a chart that has 10 days on it, it'll show executions from the first day. But if you have a daily goal or daily loss limit on there and it's already hit the goal, well, it's already hit the goal for the number of days loaded. So it won't show you any entries on 9 days back, 8 days back, 7 days, 6 days, 5 days, 4 days, 3 days, 2 days, and today. It won't show any entries. You will not be able to take any trades because it's already fulfilled what it needed to do per the code. So that's why the code, you also need to add in there, it needs to refresh every day. Like it's not supposed to just get the daily goal for the entire data series and that's it. It's supposed to get it for every day of the data series. So again, if you don't put that in the code, it won't recognize that. That's not an automatic thing. If that makes sense.
So it probably needs some fine tuning. It makes a little bit of sense, but
like right now, you said you have it enabled, right?
Right.
Go. How many days do you have loaded on that chart?
Well, I mean, it's trades on a 15-minute chart.
No, I'm saying
it's set to go back like 240 bars.
So no, so what I'm asking is, okay, you're on Ninja, right?
Right.
Right click on your chart.
Well, I'm not on that computer right now.
Ah, okay.
So my I have it running on my other laptop because I was finding out like that my Ninja would disconnect like when my monitor went to sleep. So I enabled my other laptop to never go to sleep.
Yeah, definitely do that. Yep, I did that.
So I just have it like on that other laptop, just enabled over there.
Yeah. So you don't have the laptop next to you?
Huh?
You don't have the laptop next to you?
Well, I have it over on my desk. I'm on the bed with my foot up right now. I'm still recovering from these injuries.
Well, whenever you do get a chance,
and I don't
just right click and see the data series.
And I don't trade live on that laptop anymore because it doesn't have buttons on the mouse pad. And it was super sensitive, the mouse pad. I was accidentally closing out trades or like when I would click on it to put in a position, it would accidentally like click twice and I'd have twice the position I wanted. So I don't trade on that laptop with these accounts anymore.
No, that's all good, but I'm just make sure when you do go on that laptop, right click, go to data series and see how many days are loaded, right? And then close out that little thing that shows how many days are loaded. Then still with the strategy enabled, I want you to right click and then go to the strategy performance. And then if you see that there are some results, that means that your algo is working. You just need to add in there that it needs to refresh every day. Like it needs to,
gotcha.
You need to have sessions in there. Like it needs to go get a daily goal, starting at 9:30 and ends whenever, but that session starts at, the everyday session starts at, 6 p.m. one day and it ends at 5 p.m. So every time at 5 p.m. it refreshes. Every time next 5 p.m. it refreshes. So that's the difficult part to do. But that which again,
I get it.
that's like you can do that in Chat GPT.
We get it figured out at some point. I've been using Claude. Claude is way better at coding than ChatGPT.
Yeah, or yeah, whatever AI thing, whatever AI, the AI is gonna do good just because Ninja Script is a language, or C++ or whatever. Ninja Script, it's a language that computers understand. So
Right.
yeah, that's easy. That's easy. All that matters is if you can figure out how to describe your trade in a way that is computer sense, then you can easily use AI to just automate it.
Right.
I
mean, it started with like a simple basic support and resistance strategy, and then I was having the AI recommend ways to refine it, or actually it did it on its own, kind of like it was I did like a simple basic support and resistance strategy, and then Chat GPT was like, if you want me to put this or this on there, then for these results, then we could do that. And I started refining it and adding more stuff to it like that.
Yep.
And I finally, I was trying to get it to a level of profitability and drawdown to where it would be able to pass one of these challenges without hitting the daily drawdown. The drawdown was the main thing, because I had it where it would do.
That's the only thing. Yep.
Yeah, I had it to where it would do, where the back testing was showing like between $12,000 and $20,000 a month in profitability, but the max drawdown was like $8,000 or $9,000. And I was like, well, that's not a thing on any account,
Yeah.
So I finally got it to where the max drawdown was like $800, and the profitability was like $6,000 or $8,000 a month.
Yep. There you go. That's how you're supposed to do it. You got to make sure that the drawdown, because at the end of the day, it's the drawdown that is the most crucial part.
Right, and then plus the only futures prop firm that I see that allows algos is the futures desk, and the futures desk is one of the few that actually enforce a daily drawdown limit. So I need my drawdown to be below their daily drawdown.
Yep.
Because none of my
once you see everything, if you start to see the drawdown, then like once you put a strategy on, you see the drawdown, you like the results. But if the drawdown is a little too much, that's when you just you keep lowering the position size until you get it right.
Right. All right. Let me see. I'm at this other computer now. So if I go to.
So you have, first off, do you have the strategy enabled?
Yeah.
Okay.
So disable it?
No, don't disable it. Keep it on. Keep it on. Keep it enabled.
All right. So yeah, I have it.
Right click and go to strategy performance.
On the control center or on the chart?
On the chart. Right click, strategy performance, and then it brings you to another sub menu. You click on whatever that strategy is, and then you see the result. Is there a result there, or is it all zeros?
Real time or historical?
Real time and historical.
Yeah, no, it's all zero.
Okay.
But
you said it worked in playback.
Yeah, in back testing in the strategy analyzer, it ran fine. And when I enable it, it said the strategy will execute. It said you have trade confirmations enabled.
That don't matter.
And it said this strategy is going to execute without confirmation. That's a normal screen. No, I figured it was. So that's what was telling me, like, oh, all right, it's recognizing that it's going to execute.
Yeah, that's default by NinjaTrader. That every time you enable a strategy, no matter if it works or not, it's gonna pop. That message pops up. All that's basically saying is, if you put on a strategy, okay, if you trade without a strategy, what happens is by default, NinjaTrader puts up an order confirmation box, and then you say yes, you want to get in. all that messages that you just mentioned, all that's saying is there's not going to be an order confirmation box, because you're saying that you want the strategy to take trades. So it's going to take a trade, and you're not going to be able to confirm if you want to or not. It's going to just take the trade. That's what that box means.
Here could be a problem, right? Like, so at one point I had it coded to use a trail and stop and adjust the stop with ATR when I was working on it, right? And I unchecked use ATR for stops and use trail and stop. I unchecked those boxes in the back test. And that's how I got the best results. But when I went to recode it to not include those things, it gave me some crappy performance. So when I enabled the strategy, under strategies, I just unchecked those boxes like I did in the back test. Should it still work, or is it getting messed up because that was in the code?
Well, if you take something off in the code and it still produces a result, that means it's working. That means the strategy itself is working. But what it might not take the trades you actually want, but what it means is if there is a result, that means that the strategy is able to take executions.
Yeah, I just unchecked, under risk management, because like when you put the strategy in the back test, it shows everything that's in the strategy for you to customize, and that's how I played with stop loss and take profit targets.
Yep.
And then it said use trail and stop, and then it had, the factors for that, and use ATR for stops, and I had the factors for that, and then but I unchecked those boxes in back tests that gave me the best result. And so when I enabled the strategy, I just unchecked those boxes under strategies, but it should still work the same as it did on the back test, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I don't really know what the problem is with getting it to execute.
What I would say is copy that code into whatever AI and say like, literally say what the problem is. It's not executing. Like literally type out what the problem is, and then it'll spit back out what it's supposed to be, and then you plug that back into. And then what you want to do is create another strategy and rename it. Don't take the edited version from the AI and put it on top of the strategy you already have in Ninja. Create another one, just so that you always have another iteration of the strategy. That way, if something fucks up, you still have it. You don't want to overwrite something that, you know what I mean? Like like, you know what I mean? Like say you type in a paper, you don't want to make an edit and then save, and then do you want to overwrite? Yes, no. Save the next one as like the version 1, next one, version 2, next one, version 3. Just like that's what I would do. Or that's what I always do.
Right.
I learned that the hard way.
Yeah, I was just pasting over the new code when I was working on it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's because I had, every time that I redid something, I had the AI rewrite the entire code. I didn't just have them give me the fixes. So I could just go back in my Claude or in my Chat GPT, and the code is there still.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're still good.
The code is there. The code is there from the last code that I had before I adjusted it. You know what I mean?
Yep, you're still straight. You're good.
Yeah. But yeah, I got to figure out why it's not executing. I think what you said is.
Now I feel like diving into this, Lou.
Diving into what? The coding?
Yeah, just make something, on the side, start practicing.
It was a fun little project, because that was the first time I did something, and I was like, oh wait, and in back testing, this thing performs outstanding, right? But I need to do it month by month. Like I ran it on historical data starting January 1st until now. So I should probably back test it on smaller time frames and see how many trades it's actually executing in those smaller time frames. Because it was just taking every trade that it executed on that historical data for the last 5 months and saying this is how many trades per day and whatnot.
Yeah, you should be straight. I remember going through the process of like actually like trying to figure everything out, and it makes you really like understand, like it really gives you a lot of information once you
Yeah, it
start to figure it out.
makes you
Makes you understand.
understand how important it is that your strategy is executed with the right stop levels and take profit levels and on the right time frame. Like this strategy is super profitable on the 15-minute chart, not as profitable on the 5-minute and any other charts. It loses money, right? But the previous version of the strategy, it was only profitable on the 1-minute chart, right? The more changes I made to it, like the time frames no longer were the most profitable, right? And just because I raise the take profit levels or lower the stop loss levels, sometimes that makes it lose money, right? It doesn't make it more profitable. Like, it's just not automatic. All right, I'm gonna lower my stop loss. That should make me lose less money, or lower the drawdown. It doesn't work like that. Like, there's a certain perfect mix where it makes money. You know what I mean? It makes you realize how important those little factors are. So, like, when I was talking earlier about Galileo FX platform that had all the Wall Street traders mad because it was having like a you know 98% win rate, and like it was just automated. But then I was talking with Tim, who actually bought it, and he was saying there's a lot of different. You have to be able to input a lot of different parameters to run those strategies as profitable as they're showing, right? So this gave me an idea, like, oh yeah, like there's so many different parameters, because just because you run that Galileo FX winning strategy doesn't mean it's going to make you money, right? It has to be on the right time frame with the right settings, you know what I mean, in order for it to show those results.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely a learning process, definitely a fun little project. I probably spent maybe 10 or 12 hours working on this thing over the weekend. But a sense of satisfaction you get when you see your strategy like being back tested and performing like that, it's a intense satisfaction that you feel, you know.
And then it gets even more intense once you start doing it.
Yeah, once you're able to actually,
and then when you implement it, and then
and then you're like, oh man, now it's like a freaking money machine, right? Like those dollar guns that people pull out at the strip club.
The infinite money glitch. Yep. As long as, especially if you have like the risk intact, if it but that's what there's like a constant refinement of it. Make sure you but then also too, you have to also be able to read the market as well. Like, not saying that anyone's saying that you're not supposed to, but with algos, you also have to know how to read the market as well, because there's going to be times when your algo is not performing correctly, which it's sometimes that happens. Sometimes that is part of the strategy. That's part of the drawdown. But you have to know how to make adjustments and whatnot.
Well, yeah, like those couple of months ago, when we were seeing that super Trump volatility, right?
Oh, it's just crazy.
Like, I had to, like, when we were seeing those really long wicks on every candle, like I started to lose money until I adjusted my position sizes, and I had to widen my stop loss.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So there's going to be little refinements like that.
Always. Yep. And so for me, that's why, like, I feel like I may or may not been ahead of the curve for myself, at least, not for anyone, but I know for myself, where I started reducing my position sizing. Like, as soon as when I saw on election night he won in November, when it ran up in the after hours, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, we reducing down, and so far I've just stayed reduced down, and like in some accounts I've stayed reduced down. Some accounts I've been a little bit more aggressive, but for the most part, You just gotta just a little shit like that. Like
Yeah,
if
reducing down
someone's a
has helped
straight
me
like
too,
algo
man.
trader, you know what I mean? If someone's a straight algo trader and they just bought an algo and they you know, that's why I always hear people say online like, yo, algos don't work, they don't work. And it's like,
They do, you just
no,
don't know how to use them.
exactly. Exactly. Like the algo you bought didn't work because you don't even know why it takes a trade. You don't even know why it takes profit here, why you put the stop here. You don't know why it starts trailing here. You don't know why it doesn't not take a trade at this spot.
Right.
So that's
and then there's that, and then there's that letting it run, right? Like,
yep.
Like I did good closing out my trade earlier, but I don't know if you saw in the chat, I had put a long position with an 8-point trailing, and I was like, well, it was 20-point take profit. I'm gonna just let it run while I go to the store and whatnot. And it went back to about break even, but there was a quick candle down before that move that would have taken out my stop, and I had took profits off the table a little ahead of time. But if my stop wasn't quite as wide, that shit would have ran, man, and got me my whole day's profits.
Yep.
But that trailing stop, it worked nice, but it was just a little bit too tight. It would have been like 10 points. It would have worked, but I didn't let it run, right? Like, so start seeing $1,000 on your trade, you're like, oh, let me take these profits.
Yep.
Instead of letting it run, and that throws off all the math of the profitability factor of the algo.
Also, too, what I've noticed with a lot of my algos, like I know with me, when I'm doing specific trades, like I sometimes I let things run, but I've noticed that in my data, like my data has told me this, where sometimes if you take a certain amount of contracts on an entry, you take partials with X amount of contracts and you let the rest, so you let one or two ride or whatever the case is. Like my data has told me that if I just take all my target at one spot, sometimes the data is actually better as opposed to letting a winner run. Whereas like you take your like, it's like, okay, you go and get $300, right? And then you let one winner run and it's trying to go get a little bit more. Okay, then now it actually ends up coming down to a loss. So now instead of you being up 300, now you're up 280. Whereas if you just take everything at 300, then you're good.
Yeah, that's happened to me in real time trading, like taking partials off the trade, and then it hits like one or two of my take profits, but then it reverses before the last one. So then you end up like, oh, this reversed on me. Let me get out of this trade, and that last one or two take profits is lower than where your first two were.
Yep. That's how it goes, man. But it's a process. It's a process
that consolidation.
Let's see.
Consolidating over here, it looks like.
Yeah.
You guys are consolidating on NQ in about a 40-point range.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll be back.
Yeah, I think it's going to be one of those days where the afternoon session shows the opposite of this trend. I wouldn't be surprised if the news at 4 p.m. says stocks closed little changed. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the next move to see what happens, man, because see if I take a little bit more profits today. Up about 500 on the day. You in any trades right now, Serge? No.
I was gonna get on that. I was gonna get on that sale, but I decided to stay out of it since I already got the profit for today.
You're in What's that big rectangle you have? Is that yesterday's high and low or today?
No, I was just marking zones like supply and demand zones this morning. That I was just marking levels for before we got the news just to see what price was doing. I marked those levels before the news.
Market looking real sluggish, but we decided a big ass move, so it's to be expected. Yeah. Everybody did good though.
Yeah, today was a good day, fam.
Let's go.
This week I'll be working on a plan. I'm gonna refine the plan. Not like I'm gonna be twitching things and change things here and there. Like my trading is fine on what I do, but like I'm gonna do it like, for example, okay, once I hit this goal for this account, I'm not touching it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I can like just wait so I can get the best out of the market. Okay, first trade was a winner. Next trade, I'm a only do 1/4, or I can do so many, or till I lose a trade, then I'll stop, type of thing.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna be tossing a lot of ideas into that chat GPT. Sounds like it's fire.
Yeah. Yeah. You just got to know the right questions to ask and
Exactly.
stuff like that. So that's how it becomes a very good tool to use.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna refine the plan, but that's
Order
just to make
filled.
things better, like make the games better. Um, I was thinking of doing a variation. Okay, once I hit like 500 for each account, I'm not touching it, and like
Target
like
filled.
let's say I start like risking down, or that type of stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be very helpful.
Order filled. Order filled.
Yes, sir.
How's y'all looking for the day?
Yeah. Green still full drawdown. Didn't go too crazy. There was a huge move today, but didn't really take like full advantage. But that's all right. I'm not. I'm just sticking to what I've just consistently wanted to just do. Just base hits every day.
Amen.
And
Amen.
if I get some extra, then so be it. I will never mean to get extra.
Yeah, if it's there, we're gonna take it. If not,
Yeah.
that's another day. Yeah. This morning I was planning on putting on executing on both accounts for that CPI, and at the last second I was like, man, it'll be hard to have control over this. I don't want to do something stupid.
Yeah.
And
bro, I wasn't even at the crib for CPI.
oh no,
I was out with the dog.
oh nice.
I came back, I came back like, oh shit, yo, what the fuck? And I was like, oh yeah, CPI. Like, even though we was talking about it yesterday, I literally just forgot it in the moment, and then came back and saw the chart with a vertical ass candle.
I love CPI. I couldn't sleep last night.
Yeah.
That's all I could think. Bro,
Oh
I
my
was just thinking
God.
about CPI this morning. I woke up like at 5. Oh, wide awake. Ah,
Hell yeah.
CPI.
I feel you. I feel you, bro.
I'm
I
glad.
feel you.
I was so excited, bro. I was mad excited.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's how it goes.
What's y'all got going for today? Y'all.
Oh, none. I think I'm a once she wakes up, I'm a feed her and then take her back out again. I was out with her. I was out with her yesterday for like 4 hours.
Hey, that's what's up, bro.
Got her back out, got her back to the crib. She was done. Woke up this morning and I'm took her out to use the bathroom and shit. And I was like, oh damn, she peed crazy in the middle of the night in front of the bathroom, but it dried up, so I didn't see it. So then but it is what it is. It is what it is.
I went to the gym yesterday, and I did laps around the gym. That's kind of tight.
Let's go. Hell yeah. Let's go. Yes, sir.
I'm off today. Y'all trying to give me a second. I'm off today. Y'all trying to play the game at some point if y'all are home or whatever, or this evening.
Yeah. I think. Hold on. Let me see. I gotta hold on 1 second. 30-minute tick. Hold on. Did they? Because right now, what I'm doing basically is so I don't unpay myself. I'm just making sure I have to go on the. I gotta look at an account and see if it was approved or not, so I can trade it. But I don't. No, it's not approved because the balance is still high. Hold on.
What you in?
Huh?
What you in?
What you mean?
Yeah. On what account?
Oh, my Apex PA.
Well, I'm fixing to get I'm probably gonna get me a 100K tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, under review now? The fuck? Okay, that's fine. May 9th. Okay. Under review. That's fine. 39. Alright, so I'm gonna make sure that's buttoned off everywhere. Button that off. Button that off. And then let me see. Yeah, this ain't 53. 55. Okay. Yeah.
Hey,
Let's go ahead. Button all those
was
off.
tight. Everybody plugged in today.
Yeah. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, it always feels good when you got the whole family around. You feel me?
Hell yeah.
It was Dino, Nate, Auntie, Mike.
Yes, sir. These two. These. Guess since they're all traded, I'm gonna just button that. I don't think it's worth it to take anymore. Yeah, oh man, this shit is just gone. This shit out of here. This shit out of here. This shit out of here. Too many days. Oh, you know what? Oh, I knew I needed to add something to this Excel sheet. Okay, that's fine. I'll do that. All right. Yeah, I'm adding more stuff to the. Damn. I mean, I'm adding more stuff to this equation thing I'm doing. Yeah. This one. Let's see. This one. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna add. Okay. Yeah. This is.
Oh yeah, I'm fixing to get off the Zoom.
Okay, where are you gonna be available for